Airlines was starting service with the Boeing 247, and Boeing refused to sell any 247s to other airlines until United's order for 60 aircraft had been filled. TWA asked Douglas to design and build an aircraft that would allow TWA to compete with United. The Douglas design, the 1933 DC-1, was promising and led to the DC-2 in 1934. The DC-2 was a success, but with room for improvement. The DC-3 resulted from a marathon telephone call from American Airlines Chief Executive Officer C.R. Smith to Donald Douglas, when Smith persuaded a reluctant Douglas to design a sleeper aircraft based on the DC-2 to replace American's Curtiss Condor II biplanes. The DC-2's cabin was 66 inches wide, too narrow for side-by-side berths. Douglas agreed to go ahead with development only after Smith informed him of American's intention to purchase 20 aircraft. The new aircraft was engineered by a team led by Chief Engineer Arthur E. Raymond over the next 2 years, and the prototype DST, Douglas Sleeper Transport, first flew on December 17, 1935, the 32nd anniversary of the Wright brothers' flight at Kitty Hawk, with Douglas Chief Test Pilot Carl Cover at the controls. Its cabin was 92 inches wide, and a version with 21 seats instead of the 14 to 16 sleeping berths of the DST was given the designation DC-3. No prototype was built, and the first DC-3 built followed 7 DSTs off the production line for delivery to American Airlines. The DC-3 and DST popularized air travel in the United States. Eastbound transcontinental flights could cross the US in about 15 hours, with 3 refueling stops, while westbound trips against the wind took 17.5 hours. A few years earlier, such a trip entailed short hops in slower and shorter range aircraft during the day, coupled with train travel overnight. Several radial engines were offered for the DC-3. Early production civilian aircraft used either the 9-cylinder Wright R1820 Cyclone 9 or the 14-cylinder Pratt & Whitney R1830 Twin Wasp, but the Twin Wasp was chosen for most military versions and was also used by most DC-3s converted from military service. 5 DC-3 Super DC-3s with Pratt & Whitney R2000 Twin Wasps were built in the late 1940s, 3 of which entered airline service. Total production, including all military variants, was 16,079. More than 400 remained in commercial